Some more thoughts from more players about winning the Europa League, a message from Daniel Levy, and the Brighton hangover. All this and more on the latest edition of your daily Tottenham news headlines. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Here is your daily Tottenham news headlines. Some more messages from players and thoughts on winning the Europa League final. Christian Romero said, "I always give my all to this shirt, and here at the club they show me that they love me very much. I love this club very much. I achieved a huge goal because Tottenham haven't lifted a trophy in many years." Sonny said, "I stayed here because I wanted to do something special. We did something special. First goal in the new stadium, club captain, and now Europa League winner. 10 years at this club. I've done stuff I'll never forget." Mikey Moore said, "It's been the best few days of his life." Destiny Doggy said, "Bring another trophy home." Lucas Bergvall said, "He's so happy for everyone and everybody deserves it." Ange Postecoglou said that this season was about taking an opportunity. Speaking to Spurs player afterwards, Ange Postecoglou reflected on the Brighton game. "The game didn't go the way we wanted, but I don't think it spoiled it too much for the fans. The key thing was more about thanking them, acknowledging them, and that what that we've achieved, remember, for the right reasons." Ange was asked in his press conference if the players had run out of steam after a pure emotion of the last few days. He said, "Obviously the players were allowed to celebrate, but irrespective of that, the emotions of the last 3 days meant it was always going to be a tricky one for us." And finally, Daniel Levy provided his regular end of season message to the supporters in the programme for the Brighton game. It said, "Dear all, we did it. What an unforgettable night it was in Bilbao as we ended our long wait for glory. This is a huge moment for the whole club and an historic achievement that sees us lift our first European trophy since 1984. This club has been on an incredible journey on and off the pitch since we last won silverware, the League Cup in 2008, establishing ourselves as one of the biggest in Europe, moving into our new stadium and experiencing some incredible moments. We knew a trophy was the missing piece. We've come so close on a number of occasions and never quite got over the line. I have never wavered from the belief that success was just around the corner. I'd like to thank Ange and the players for making this incredible achievement possible, and thanks to all our amazing staff. There is so much hard work that goes on behind the scenes, and this moment is for everyone to enjoy. I'd also like to thank you, the fans, for staying with us and carrying that same belief. I know it's been hard at times, and I've shared in that pain and frustration along the way. But when we all come together, we know we can achieve something special. Your support, whether that was in Bilbao, in our own stadium, or in pubs and homes around the world, was the driving force behind our team. This is one trophy. Our clear ambition as a club has always been long-term sustained success, competing for top honours every year. We have now tasted success, and we are determined to use this as a springboard for more. Let's enjoy this moment as a club together, finish the season strong with a win today, and go again next year. Most of all, be proud. Come on, you Spurs. Daniel. Well, here's my thoughts on those stories. The messages from the players. It's quite clear that they all know they've achieved something that more talented squads that Tottenham have had over the years, certainly the Pochettino teams, for example, they failed to do, and this squad have done it. This squad have bought us a European trophy, first one in 41 years. You could say that the Pochettino teams of that era were actually a better squad, but they failed to get over the line, and the same issues arose back then. You know, the squad wasn't strong enough to get over the line in the Premier League or the Champions League. This squad have managed to do it in the Europa League. But the club do now need to step up and provide support and get in some more experienced players, support the manager. If Fabio Paratici is coming back, then he needs to support the squad and the manager and get in the players that we need, because these players, we can't just do it with an 11 every week. It worked in the Europa League because it was minimal games compared to the league, but it showed in the league that we can't do it. We just can't do it in the league as well. So these players need support, they need reinforcements, and hopefully that's what will happen. But to hear messages from Christian Romero saying that he loves the club, he has achieved a huge goal because Tottenham haven't lifted a trophy in many years, brilliant to hear. Sonny saying the first goal in the new stadium, we all remember that, of course, the club captain, and a Europa League winner now, and I'm so pleased for Sonny. Absolutely so pleased for Sonny. He deserves this. And then the younger players, Mikey Moore, Destiny Udogie, Lucas Bergvall, all with huge input into this season's Europa League run. So, yeah, really good for them, really pleased for them, but they have to push on now next season. And don't just make it a one-trophy wonder, if you like. We can't wait another 17 years for a trophy. And Ange basically saying that the players ran out of steam. Yeah, they did. We all know they did. Over the last few days, the trophy parade, and obviously they've had a few drinks, a lot of them. And you know, you try and do your best work when you've had 3 days on the lash. It's not going to work. So I think the players need to be cut a bit of slack for the lot. You know, for the Brighton performance, because it didn't really matter. Obviously, we wanted to sign off with a win, but Brighton had a week to prepare for that, and we didn't really. We had 3 days of celebrating, so I just think we need to cut the players some slack for that, and Ange some slack for that as well. And the trophy was paraded around the stadium after the Brighton game, so the fans got to see it. Although some fans decided to leave early, I don't quite understand that. Why you would go there knowing the trophy's coming round the stadium, and why you would leave, but that's just me. And finally, Daniel Levy's message is pretty bland as always, obviously celebrating the club's win, but it's quite clear that he didn't want to commit to anything as regards Ange Postecoglou's future in this message. You'd think if they already decided, then they would turn around and say that we will continue to support Ange next season, and something along those lines. You know, we'll be bringing in players in the summer. We know Ange will need reinforcements. He could have said that. I know he generally doesn't say that in these messages, and they're just a pretty bland thing that he's put in the programme at the end of the season. But obviously happy that we're in the Champions League and that we finally won a trophy under his tenure, even though we did win the League Cup in 2008, but it's not been enough. But you know, most of all, be proud. Come on, you Spurs. Daniel, you do need to help the manager out, whoever that is, next season, because one swallow doesn't make a summer. I think that's the expression. Brilliant to win this trophy, but we want to be consistently challenging at the top and challenging for trophies. You know, this 17 years without a trophy for this club is not good enough. And to finally get over the line, we don't just want this to be one. We can't wait 17 years for the next one. So give the manager the players he needs to push on and hopefully win more trophies in the future. Anyway, that's all for me today. Come on, you Spurs.